I stop speaking, there's quiet. There's a place where there's really no thoughts, no agenda, not even any desire to find words. There's just quiet. And that's one of the things that our culture right now is missing, I think, is being able to pause in the midst of life and just let that quiet, that stillness be acknowledged. Because I think it's there in everybody. It's not the kind of aliveness that goes with bucket lists that people have to go do all this stuff and do even more and more and more, but to just be able to pause and to sense their feet on the ground and the breeze and the sunshine and beat of their heart, breath comes and goes. Just basic, just fundamental aliveness. It's so necessary. Because I think a lot of people are afraid to stop and rest and just let that quiet stillness be experienced. I notice it myself at times. There's this urgency to get things done and to learn this and learn that. And I always, at some point, it's just like, oh yeah, there's that breath. And there's a part of me that's very, very serious. It gets to be, I get thinking about what does it all mean, and then it takes me a while to kind of marinate in that question, and then usually I come out the other end in the terms of, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Here I am. So there's the playfulness part that's followed me around in my life, in addition to the ability to dig into an idea and kind of try to figure it out through ideas, but never really being satisfied with any of that. It's more of a diversion, and I always come back to this other place of just simply being here, being alive, and this breath. In the midst of life, I've been connected to the end of life since I was young. And that's been an important determining factor, I think, in who I have become and how I've lived my life. And I was born during the Depression, during the Second World War. And those were difficult times for everybody. There were so many atrocities and people's lives cut short. We didn't have food to eat, places to live even. So there's an aspect of my life I think was somehow wanting to make the world a better place. At the same time, trying to understand myself. So self-understanding has been a big part of my search, is trying to figure out what this life is all about. I think back when I was a young boy hunting out there in the forests in West Virginia, at some point I realized I didn't want to shoot anything. I just felt alive out there. And I felt I belonged. I became really connected to being by myself and being out in the world, in nature, in the woods, and just exploring and listening to the sounds of nature. I think as a species, we have a lot to learn about the value of choosing to live in a certain way, to live in a way that we can stand behind and actually engage the world from a place of choice. Just realizing there are so many different points of view on living in this world. Pretty amazing, really. Billions of different possible ways of seeing life we on this planet occupy. All these different points of view that get lived out in a life. I guess I'd like to see that life and those points of view valued. One of my favorite movies was Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, because I was always kind of looking for the meaning of life. Pretty simple, really. Pretty meaning of life is life itself.